Welcome, everybody, to the Parks and Trails Advisory Board monthly meeting. I'm just going to say this for the record. Is there a quorum present, Chelsea?
Yes, we do.
Great. So we're going to call this meeting to order. Chelsea, can you do a roll call, please?
Of course. Okay, Michael.
Hello, present.
Ryan.
Present.
Clarissa is not here. She let us know she would not be here tonight. Matthew.
Here.
Upekla.
Here.
Will.
Here.
And then we do not currently have Council Liaison Chris Mayton with us. And that is it.
Thank you, Chelsea. Any changes or additions to the agenda? Cool. Any public comment? Anybody in the audience?
We do not have anyone with us tonight.
As Don would say, we're ripping right through it. So, if everybody's read the last month's or the month before's meeting minutes, would anybody like to motion to approve them?
I'll make a motion. Oh,
I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second that.
Right. Chelsea, I'm sorry, I don't have the agenda. Oh, the motion. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I don't have the agenda hard copy in front of me. Chelsea, what was the first item? I know what the second one is.
The first agenda item is we are going to be selecting a new board chair, vice chair, and secretary, or just re-going through that process and seeing who we end up with.
Okay.
Were
So,
you going
guys,
to
we
pop
just-
up that slide, Chelsea, or are we?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
So I don't know if everybody heard, but Will had asked before we officially started the meeting why we are doing elections again so soon. I believe it was in November that we did elections, and it was kind of with the departure of Rochelle and being in limbo and having an interim director, we missed electing last June. So they are supposed to be done annually every June at the end of the fiscal year. So we are getting back on the appropriate cycle for a full calendar or fiscal calendar year moving forward. So you all are welcome to have a discussion about who your chair, vice chair, and secretary will be. You're welcome to nominate the same people again if those same people are willing to serve in those roles. And just a reminder, it is the secretary. The secretary will take meeting minute. Well, Chelsea takes our meeting minutes. She's fabulous for us at that. But the secretary may be asked to preside over meetings in the absence of the chair and the vice chair. The vice chair will be asked to preside over meetings in the absence of the chair, and the chair shall call and preside over meetings following Robert's Rules of Order. Do we have any questions? Otherwise, we can have a discussion on appointment of seats.
Can everybody see that?
It's coming.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how to go forward.
If we are fine with staying in the position, our interim positions, should we just say so?
Yeah.
Because
And
I'm
then
okay.
if anyone wants to step forward, I'm more than welcome to. I'd be fine with that, but I'm also willing to stay in as the position as well. So I definitely am willing to do so as the vice chair. And if anyone else would like to apply for it, I'm more than willing to step aside, but I will continue to do so. Continue to do the job if you would like me to.
Same.
And I'd echo the same exact. Ryan said it perfectly. So,
I am not actually willing to step into Will's role unless he's gone, but I am willing to stay as secretary.
okay. I guess so. So the next thing we put it out there, we're fine doing our current positions, or if somebody wants to step up. So I'm going to invite a moment of silence for anybody that wants to step up.
I'm good with how you all are running things, so that sounds good to me.
Did we lose Michael or can I just not see him on my? There you are. I found you.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi. Do you have any comments to add?
No, if everyone wants to keep it the same, that's great.
I believe that we could have a motion to have all.
I'll motion to keep the positions the same.
Thank you.
I'll second.
I
Is this
I think
the-
actually, sorry, I'm on the fly as well a little bit. We probably should do 3 individual motions so that you're not voting for yourself and you can vote individually.
Perfect. So I'd like to make a motion to leave the secretary position as is with Beck.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Then I'm going to make another motion. Keep Brian as vice chair as stands today.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And then I will motion for Will to maintain his position as the lead.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, cool. Well, we got through that uncomfortable part. Now on to the
Thank you
next
all for your
uncomfortable.
continued service. We appreciate you and everything you do for our department and our community.
Thanks, Chelsea. Appreciate it. So the second item, I went to Chelsea for I went to Tiana for guidance, and I'll just give you a little backstory on it. You know, I think many of us like use the parks pretty frequently. I walk the trails almost daily, and you know we see stuff, right? And I mean we see stuff from what I would call a minor infraction, like a dog off leash when it's not supposed to be, whatever. To what brought this to a head, I was walking through Meinig about 2 weeks ago, and there's an electric motorcycle actually clearing the path, doing a motocross jump and clearing the path, the uphill path from the parking lot up past towards City Hall. And he cleared it pretty good. I mean, it was a nice jump. It was pretty good style points. But I mean, there's a 4-year-old about 20 feet up the path, and I'm like, oh God, I wish I had my video camera. Which then I mean, obviously it was a video, and then I could hit up compliance or whatever I would think. But anyway, I was kind of stymied and like, I don't want to be, and I shouldn't be, or we shouldn't be, in my opinion, policing our parks. But on the same hand, and I don't know that our job is any different as a citizen than it is as a Parks and Trails Advisory Board member. But I went to Chelsea for advice, and so this is really just the feedback from Chelsea on that. Sorry, Tiana, my bad. I went to Tiana for advice, and we actually haven't spoken since. So, but that's kind of how I laid it out, and so that's where we're at. So that's how this second agenda item came to play. If that makes sense. Anybody have questions on that, or just let Tiana go?
So thank you for that clarity and background. I'm in agreement with you. You're not in a role to be policing our parks. It's a little bit of a personal preference. If you feel inclined to try to offer maybe some education to someone and say, hey, did you know, or point them to the park rules, you are welcome to as a citizen, as a Parks and Boards Trails member. But we do not expect that of you, and we're not asking you to do that. You are always welcome to call code enforcement, non-emergency, or 911 if the violation warrants that. And that's what our wonderful Sandy Police Department is there for, is to help with those enforcement of rules.
So thanks. And that was kind of what I was hoping. Maybe we just go through because I wasn't sure if compliance was even something that we use. So I'm glad to hear that. And if everybody's not aware, there's a great little compliance web app as part of and somebody can give the right terminology on that from the from the city, but that's great that we can use that web portal.
You can use the My Sandy app
My-
and you can make a complaint through there, which is great because you, especially if you're seeing potentially like homeless activity in camps, you can take photos and upload the photos in there and help us be able to respond a little bit easier and make it very clear what it is we're looking for and find it out there. If you're seeing kind of some dangerous behavior, a phone call to non-emergency might be more appropriate in that circumstance. But again, that's also personal preference and how you are comfortable choosing to report what you have seen.
Thanks for that. So I just kind of want to open it up for the other board members to express whatever that brought up for you. Okay. Well, thanks for
Just-
doing that.
I just to say thank you for bringing it up, and I was not aware of the app prior to this, so yeah.
If
I'm
you want
educated.
the phone number on record, if you ever see something that you need to report to non-emergency, the phone number is 503-655-8211. And then you can always call 911 as well.
Cool. Okay, thanks. And then, sorry, just one other thing that came to mind is maintenance type items. Like sometimes I'll send you a picture, and I used to send Rochelle a picture here or there of maintenance issues. Is that the right channel, or is there another channel we should use so that we're not pestering you with emails?
For citizens, that is the right channel. The My Sandy app is because the photos are very helpful. You know, especially if it's like on Tickle Creek Trail or down in Sandy River Park, it's a very large area that's a little less descriptive versus, you know, the playground at Sandy Bluff Park. We know exactly where we're going to find the concern. So photos are very helpful.
I was talking more maintenance items.
The My Sandy, you can request maintenance. So if you find a pothole, a missing sign, a concern within our parks, there's drop down menus to pick which department it applies to.
Perfect. I did not know that. Beautiful. Okay, thanks for indulging me on that. That's it for agenda items. Staff updates.
John, do you want to start us off?
Sure, I would love to. Recreation side, summer season's busy. Next week, I would like to formally invite you all and all citizens that are watching this to come to our one summer concert at the park. Petty Fever is a pretty well-renowned Tom Petty tribute band playing all the classics, and they will be at Meinig Park on Tuesday, the 16th. They'll play from 6 to 8 p.m. If you've ever been to any of our concert series, it's very similar. They'll set up on the stage. They'll do sound check around 4:30. Anywhere between about 200 to 450-ish people come into the park. You bring your own chairs, your own blankets, and watch some really good live tribute music to Tom Petty. There'll be food and beverages for purchase. And then the following Thursday is Longest Day Parkway. That is an annual event as well, where we showcase a park and a neighborhood surrounding it. We put in permits to block off streets to make it safe for kids, families, adults to walk, ride, scoot, roll, however they see fit to go around a predetermined pathway. And they stop at each city department. Each city department will have like a tabling vendor booth with activities, swags, gifts, giveaway. And each family stops by at each of those departments, and they're able to introduce themselves, provide some education to everyone in the family, adults and kids alike, but a lot of it's tailored for kids. Like Public Works will have information about what they do, what sewer is, what wastewater is, how they fix roads. And it's a way of the city hosting an event, showcasing a neighborhood, and then kind of ending in our park where city admin and city officials will be roasting hot dogs and giving out ice cream, and kids will play. And this year it's at Deer Point, our newest park in a neighborhood that has been long awaiting it. So we're happy to host it there. June 27th is another annual event, and that is Noah's Quest. That is a 5K walk and run that supports families that have lost a child. And that has been going on, I think, about 20 years now. And that starts at Bluff Park. And then we coordinate with OTSD to use some of their school property to go up kind of behind the track and into that trail system. That's their property behind there, and kind of loop around back into the Bluff neighborhood. July is also busy. We have the 4th of July event. I want to shout out Clackamas County Bank. They have generously sponsored again this year. It is the 250th anniversary of our country, and so we went kind of bigger and better as the hope. That's what it was packaged to us as far as our fireworks display. OTSD has generously offered their parking around their gymnasium to go and watch that fireworks display. If you choose to do so, I will let you know that traffic on Bluff will be trafficking. So expect a little bit of wait time when you're in the car. Followed that right up is basically Mountain Festival. While that is not a city sanctioned event, we partner with them in almost all departments to make sure that kind of honored festival continues. Recreation specifically hosts 3 different kids events: a kids parade, a bike derby, and a animal show where kids can bring in pets. We've seen anything from goats, chickens, cats, bunnies, turkeys, and you get to show off and talk about your animal and earn a little prize. At the end of July, Carol is hosting a 2-week bike camp session class, whatever you want to call it. She got certified last year to be a mountain bike instructor, and we're showcasing Base Camp this year to host those mountain bike sessions. And then that leads into August, which is, I'm excited about all of them, but many of these are repeating events or smaller classes. The drop-in is going to be Sandy's 2-day community festival / mountain bike and skateboard competition. That is going to be August 22nd and 23rd. We have lots of generous sponsors that are helping out. And the way the festival's going to kind of look is that it's going to be free and open to the public to come and watch this competition. Competitors will have to register, sign waivers to compete, and there'll be a skateboarding section. We'll have a male and female age bracketed section, and then a biking that's going to use our jump line and pump track, and that's for time with a functional timing agency that comes in and times it. And so each day will kind of be split in half, where we access one section of the park for skateboarding, one section of the park for biking. And then on Sunday, the next day, will be finals. So the people that have been judged and have scored the highest will come back to do their final heat. There'll be trophies, there'll be prizes. It'll be pretty awesome is what our goal is. We are working with an organization called Northwest Eclipse Solutions Northwest. And they've done lots of big programming, from Pacific Trail Days to Snowvana. That's kind of what a big background is promoting these huge kind of events and festivals. I went to post it on the website today and noticed in some of our promotional materials that our QR codes were no longer working. So have to fix those, but you should start seeing pretty large scale marketing for that event and the website up to date and social media posts going out Friday. The community side is that we have about 30 to 50 vendors that are going to come out there and be along that quarter-mile trail, and they will set up goods you can buy, swag to give away, and lots of different kids events that you can come and take part of. And I think it'll be a pretty outstanding 2-day festival, kind of celebrating not only skating and biking, but our community as well. So we're pumped. We've made a lot of good headway on it, and there's a lot more work to do, but we are super excited for the drop-in at Base Camp in Cedar Park. That was a lot. Are there any questions about any of the updates kind of for the summer? Fantastic. Senior services updates, not a ton to offer there. We're chugging along, continuing pretty much our same services that we have been doing. We continue to take seniors out. We continue to feed our seniors who are at home, and we continue to serve congregate meals at our center, and things are going well.
Thank you, John. You guys are doing amazing work. The last time that we were all together in a meeting, not doing a tour, you all signed and moved forward a letter for us, a letter of recommendation for a grant. So I am excited to let you know that the Experience Mount Hood Gorge Strategic Investment Fund Grant Program gave us a partial award of $42,100 to be used to fund signage, fabrication, installation, entry signs, information kiosk, and trail wayfinding signs. So we've not received all of our grant documents yet. We have not actually received that funding, but we have been told that we have been chosen to be awarded this. And so that's something we'll be working on later this summer and updating some signage throughout our park system. I think
Jill,
it's
real quick, Janet, what was the original grant? What was the original grant application for? How much was it for?
Oh, that's a
You
great
said it was
question.
you said it was a partial, just roughly.
Do you remember off the top of your head, Chelsea? Numbers elude me.
I want to say it was at least 60 off the top of my head, but I don't remember specifically.
I will pull that up for you in just a moment.
So I mean, so let's just say it's 50% less or something like that. Do we make up the rest of the funds, or do we scale back the project? Or is that TBD?
It's a little bit TBD. There'll probably be a joint of making up a little bit, scaling back a little bit. There is a team member, her name is Molly, in the Public Works Department, has already been doing a lot of updating of our GIS mapping and website data. And I think she's pretty amazing. And I think she can help take us a little bit further than what we initially thought in-house.
Nice.
I forgot a small update. Well, there's a tiny bit of a lull. You guys all knew that this was happening, but the Johns Rudd camera is live and on our website. So if you're ever interested in being like, hey, I wonder what that viewpoint looks like in the morning, if you go on to the City of Sandy's Parks and Recreation page, on the tab on the left, it's Johns Rudd live stream. I think you can get there if you Google it as well.
I know someone that'll be really excited about that.
Who's that?
That gentleman you spoke to on the tour.
I spoke with them yesterday.
So I wondered if that's where that was going.
I just had a question about the agenda packet. Is that why the March minutes are in there? Because that SIF grant, isn't it? It was confused. It was a
No.
little confusing. Or is it
The minutes were in there because they needed to get approved. We needed a motion to approve both sets of
Oh,
minutes.
even the March ones, because we didn't get to it.
We
Yeah.
weren't able to do that as part of our Parks Board tour. We couldn't vote on anything when we met together for
That's
that
right.
meeting.
And then we hadn't, somewhere in there was a skipped meeting. Okay. I was wondering why it was like so far back. Yeah.
The total amount we had requested for the SIF was $62,290, and they awarded $42,100. So I think we will be able to make significant improvements to our wayfinding and signage with this grant, and I'm excited for it.
Great. Thank you.
When we were completing our tour last month, I think most of you had seen that we had started installing the Forever Lawn at Deer Point, but excited to share that that installation is complete and the playground is open. It's been a great addition. It looks really beautiful out there. And hopefully by the end of this month, the basketball court surfacing will be installed on the court and we can round out the rest of that project. On Monday evening, there was a council meeting and council awarded the Paul Brothers Incorporated contract for the mining park renovations. And this afternoon, we had our first pre-construction meeting and met with Paul Brothers, Romtech, who will be installing our new shelters within Mining Park and the electrical sub. And so we are already about to kick off another project. The official construction begins on July 14th. All of Mining Park will be closed for that, to include the playground. We are not doing a replacement of the playground, but we will be addressing some maintenance needs in the playground during that closure and taking advantage of the closure. With the heavy equipment and things that we'll be needing to move throughout the park, it's needed to make sure that children stay safe, that, nobody visiting the playground accidentally enters into a active construction site. So the entire park will be closed. In mid-May, a new seasonal employee started with the parks and facilities side of our staff, and he hit the ground running. His name is Blake. He is out there helping us catch up on all the landscape maintenance, and he is providing our seasonal weekend coverage so that we can service our restrooms and those high-use areas for our facility rentals throughout the summer. Also, during the council meeting on Monday, our Parks and Trails Advisory Board Council Liaison Chris Mayton announced his resignation. He is moving away for another role, and his last council meeting will be later this month. So I suspect that may be why he is not with us this evening. As part of that announcement, the city manager posed to the councilors that they would have to decide whether they're going to pursue to fill that vacancy now or pursue it as part of the elections come December. So more information to come on who and what the replacement of our liaison is going to look like for this board. Other than that, Parks and Maintenance team is just out there working really hard, trying to keep up on landscape maintenance. This is our heavy growing season, our heavy event season, so they're trying to keep all those sites prepped for that. Brandon is excelling in his role as our new lead for Parks Maintenance, and Ryan is excelling in his role as our facilities maintenance. He's really just stepped into the role and servicing our city facilities and running with several renovation projects across the board. So really proud of both of them. That are all the updates I have for you, unless you have any questions about the updates we provided to you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Any other questions? Anything else before we close?
None for me. Just thank you for all the updates.
Well,
Okay.
thank you again, everybody, for your service to our community, for being here, for willing to take on these leadership roles. We appreciate you.
Okay, with that, we'll adjourn.
Good night,
Yep.
everyone.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.